Good morning and welcome to Yoga with Evie. My name's Evie and I'm giving you some yoga from outside today. I am stoked. Let's go ahead and get ready to start our practice. You're going to make sure you have lots of space, and this morning we're going to be using a block. A book would suffice as well. Let's go ahead and get started in child's pose. Want your toes to come together behind you. And you want your hips to press back towards your heels. Walk your hands up the mat. And bring your forehead down. Start to cultivate your breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. It might also feel good to have a little rotation in your torso. Forehead on the mat. Let's go ahead and just settle in a little deeper to child's pose. Taking in surroundings, smells, noises, sensations. On your next inhale, start to press back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog. Heels getting closer to the ground. Fingers spread, maybe to the edges of the mat. Feel free to reach those toes up to stretch out the legs and the glutes. And then when you're ready, walk up to your hands and keep your feet under your hips. And take a few moments to circle through the hips, twisting the torso. See what feels good here. So you want to make sure you can get a nice flat back in your halfway lift. So maybe try on a couple of those. Let's drop the head, the neck, maybe even keeping your hands at the base of your back. Excuse me. And just come into that breath here. And then when you're ready, roll up to stand, keeping those knees soft. Let's take a big breath, reaching up overhead. And drawing hands to heart center. And feel free to join in O with me. Take one giant O this morning. Breathe in. Oh. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward, stepping back to a high plank. Now we'll go through low push-up to upward facing dog. Take your time on this, folks. Chaturanga of the practice. The downward facing dog. And then drop into your tabletop. Now let's continue to warm up the core. Go ahead and move through some cat cow. Taking an inhale to lift the chin, looking up. And an exhale to roll the spine, pushing the back up towards the sky and tucking the chin. Feel free to pause and feel these postures. You can get a little bit of an extra stretch. And then come back into tabletop. Making sure your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Let's go ahead and reach forward with the right hand and extend the left foot. Third go. So do your best to hold on to this posture. If you want, you can add a little crunch. Continuing to warm up the core. It's toasty out here today, so I'm getting warm really fast. Also bend the knee and reach back for the toes. And then move into the opposite side. Left hand, right foot. And bring it into a crunch if that feels good. So a couple more here. And the knee, reach back to the hands. Now while we're here, we're going to practice threading the needle. So go ahead and reach the left hand up or the right hand and thread the needle. Take a big breath, start to reach those fingertips back up towards the sky. And repeat on the opposite side. Let's go ahead and inhale to reach back up, stretching the fingers towards the sky. And coming back to tabletop. We're going to sink back into our child's pose. Take your knees wide, push your hips back. And repeat here for 5 breaths. Maybe try pushing your hips back with your hands at the top of your mat. Take a big breath in. Make your way into downward facing dog. Curl your toes, lift your hips, push into your hands. Walk your toes together at the back of the mat. Take an inhale and lift the right toes up, bending at the knee and opening the hip. And then draw that knee forward to the outer side of your right elbow. Take a big breath. And let that leg go. Opposite side, toes lift up, knee bends, opens. You can try that crunch here by bringing the back towards the outside of the elbow. Square. Walk your hands back to your feet and set up for a chair pose. So we want to bring our toes together on this one. Thighs come together. Hips sit down. And reach up. Steady your breath. Lift your chest. Let's tuck your tailbone just a tad. And then bring your hands in here. Settling a little deeper. Feel free to add a twist. Tucking elbow to opposite knee. Maybe even open the arms. Let's try that chair on again. Inhale and sweep the arms up overhead. Reaching, breathing, bringing the hips forward and folding. Walking out to a high plank. Move through chaturanga. And then step or float up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift and fold. Reach and rise. And fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold, chaturanga. And repeat. Keep the hands. Let's go ahead and finish that cycle with one more sun salutation. Halfway lift. Forward fold, reach your rise. Inhale and exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Fold, chaturanga. Sweep the right toes up. And draw the knee up to the nose, stepping in for warrior one. Hips are squared forward as best as you can. You want to make sure you're pushing your weight into that back foot, so roll onto the back side. And let's reach up. Settling into warrior one. Open or broaden your chest. And breathe. One more deep breath, reach up. Let it go, chaturanga. And then meet on the left. Sweeping the left toes up. Then in, stepping up for warrior one. One more deep breath, reach up. And let that go, chaturanga. Go back into warrior one on the right. Lifting the toes, drawing the knee up through the nose. Coming in. This time we're going to come as a humble warrior. So take your hands behind you and drop your chest forward towards your knee. So pulling back on the shoulders, nice flat back. And if you need to, you can stabilize with fingers here. Let's go ahead and take that humble warrior. A couple more breaths. Switch back up, warrior one. Let it go. Chaturanga flow. Left foot lifts. Move into your warrior one here. Take humble warrior. To release this one, bring your back foot forward to a fold. And come with hands clasped together again behind your back. Just shake out your head and your hips. Let's go ahead and take another deep breath and then release. Move into goddess squat. Go ahead and keep that chest nice and lifted, sinking the hips down towards the feet. And breathe. Couple more breaths. When you're ready, release. Stepping back, moving through your chaturanga. Meet downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and lift the right toes up. Stepping in, warrior two. Hips open to the side. Arms reach out to the sides. Settle in. Keep breathing here. Let's go ahead and reverse. Reach forward with the right palm and reach back. Then cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Take a chaturanga. High plank. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left toes lift up. Let's move through warrior two here. And inhale, reverse. Cartwheel hands down to the mat. Chaturanga. Go again once more on either side, warrior two. Reverse. Chaturanga release. Let's take child's pose to reset. Nice deep breaths here. Two more breaths here in child's pose. Just catch, release, and then make your way back into downward facing dog. Right toes lift up, knee to nose, step it in, crescent lunge. Make sure you have enough space between your legs so you can step wider with the front. Reach up. I should say step off to the side with your front foot so you have lots of space between your legs. As you roll up onto these back toes, take a couple more deep breaths. And let's open to warrior two. Go ahead and reverse your warrior. Side angle. And extend. Opposite side, crescent lunge. And warrior two. Go through that side angle sequence. So that feels good in your legs. Child's pose to reset. Pardon me for just a moment. Child's pose to reset. Let's go ahead and just take another deep breath in child's pose. And then come up into heroes. When you're ready, come up onto the knees. And lift in your shoulders and the chin. Push your hips forward. Go for 2 more rounds of camel. Go at your own pace. Coming up onto the knees, supporting your back, pushing your hips forward, lifting your chin. Taking that reset and rest breath when you need it, going back up into your camel pose. Go ahead and just pause in your hero pose, noticing how you feel. And then go back into your downward facing dog. Pushing your hips back, just checking in to see how your body feels in this posture. When you're ready, roll out to a high plank and take a side plank. One hand comes to the center of the mat while your body twists open. Reaching up, maybe you want to take a foot up. Don't be scared now. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath and let that go. Come back to a high plank. Do your chaturanga. Do that again on the other side. Come into a high plank, side plank, leg lift, arm lift, whatever you can. And reset with your chaturanga. If you've got it in you, come on. Up dog, downward dog. Child pose, awesome work. You can eat here. And come back up into your tabletop. Step up into your crescent lunge from here. So bring one foot up, curl the back toes, crescent lunge. Let's go ahead and bring hands to heart and add a twist. Come into your crescent. We're going to drop into low lunge and take that foot out to the side. You can twist it into that side. If you want to push the knee away, might feel good to also sit back, getting a hamstring stretch. And go ahead and reset. We'll meet up in downward facing dog. My class mascot is just being very disruptive this morning. Downward dog, Wes. And then drop into your tabletop. We're going to go to crescent lunge from here on the other side. Feel free to add that twist, bring your hands to heart center. Nice. And let's go back into crescent, reaching up, and then bringing the hands down, dropping into low lunge, lizard lunge. Walking that foot out, gently pressing the knee away. Maybe you want to reach up. See what feels good in your body. Hamstring stretch is also doing it. I don't know about you, but I'm a hot mess right now. Feels pretty good. Let's go ahead and meet back in our tabletop. And back into downward facing dog. From downward dog, lift the right toes, step it in, crescent lunge. Get ready here. This is where you want your block. So if you need to reset, that's cool. Grab your block. We'll meet up in crescent lunge. Go ahead, bring those hands to heart center. Push off the back toes and reach back for airplane. Feel free to use your block if you need some grounding here. Maybe you open into half moon. Challenge your balance. Standing splits. And forward. Let's go ahead and take a halfway lift up. Step your opposite foot back, landing with crescent lunge. Get your block ready. Good job. And let's bring your hands to heart center, pushing off onto one leg, reaching back for airplane. Half moon is also here. Coming into standing splits. Forward fold. Go ahead, taking the hands behind the back or maybe around the legs. And we'll move into goddess squat. So go ahead and make our way there. Start. Shake it out. And then make your way sideways onto your mat. I'm going to sit up for frog here. We've already opened up the hips a lot with goddess, so feel free to grab your block. Key here is to keep those feet and shins about 90 degrees. Okay? Settling in, coming down onto the hands or forearms or even all the way down onto your forehead. I want you to take your time. Be very careful. Think about pushing your hips back and just hang out. Promise the benefits to this frog pose are going to be worth it. tap into the breath. Continue to push your hips back towards your feet. You're going to feel that stretch. You might even notice some movement in your legs, expanding from the center. So just be gentle, be mindful, and allow yourself to be in surrender to this posture and all its benefits. And then gently start to make your way out. We're going to land back and seated on our mat. Your block. Go ahead and move those six bones aside. And just take a few breaths and seated. Notice how your legs feel, maybe how your shoulders feel. When you're ready, take an inhale and lift your arms up overhead. And your exhale, fold towards your toes. Back up. Take an inhale, and this time on your exhale, slowly lower yourself down onto the ground. And just take a pause here on your mat, noticing how you feel. Take an inhale, hug your knees to chest. And feel free to explore here, maybe rocking, or being still. And then plant your feet. We're going to set up for bridge pose. Grab your block, bring it between your legs. Either way, you're going to be working here in bridge. When you're ready, lift up, squeeze the block. And breathe with me here. See if you can relax your glutes, so stop tensing your butt and let your butt go. Continuing to squeeze, pushing into the shoulders. Take another big breath and exhale, bring your back down to the mat. Let that block go off to the side and hug your knees to your chest. Let's go ahead and take a couple little circles here, releasing any tension in the low back. For our next bridge, I'm going to show you supported bridge. So go ahead and set up, lifting your hips, grab your block. Slide that block underneath your hips, making sure that it doesn't cause a pinching sensation. You want it to be relaxing, so you might need to shift. And you should feel like your hips are just relaxed. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. If it feels good, you can also bring the soles of your feet together, adding a hip opener. Go ahead and take one more breath in this posture. And then start to make your way out, lifting your hips, removing the block, coming down onto the mat. Might feel good to drop your knees side to side or hug your knees to your chest. And then your choice, we've got one more to go. Could be any of the 2 we just did, or perhaps a full wheel pose. We're going to go up for a wheel. So prepare for your final major wheel. When you're ready, come all the way down. Bring the soles of your feet together and rest. Relax your arms. Let's go ahead and take another deep breath. And let that go. Bring your hands up to your temples and begin to crunch. That breath moving, feeling the chin towards the chest. Go ahead and finish up that last one and let yourself rest for another breath. And then we'll set up for bicycles. So bring your knees, legs into a 90-degree angle. Hands come back up by the temples. Opposite elbow to knee. Bicycles. Go ahead and take a couple more on either side. To rest. Just remove the chest. And then reach for the toes, happy baby. Since we're here, we'll take our feet overhead for plow pose. Whoops, forgot about those plants. All right, I'm going up for shoulder stand. Take a few moments in your postures. Have some fun, play. Woo. We'll be up and seated. Go ahead and pause and seated just to catch our breath and reset. Notice how you feel. Nice work. We're going to come back onto our back and take pigeon from here. Modified pigeon this morning. So go ahead and cross one ankle over. You can pause here. If this is a lot, then let this be your pigeon pose. If you want more, wrap your arms and hands around that other thigh and just pull it in. Let's continue to breathe deeply. Another thing I like to do here is push that knee away to get a little bit of a rotation in the front of the hip. Let's take one more deep breath and start to unravel. Take it out, opposite side. Half pigeon modification. And let's go ahead and really dive into the breath here, into the nose and out through the Go ahead and start to shake that out. Let's go ahead and bring both feet to the mat, walk out to the edges of the mat, and then just drop knees to one side so you get that really nice stretch in the front of your belly and hips. Let's go ahead and try that on the other side. Nice work. All right, we're going to extend the legs long. your arms up with your head. Take a big breath here and let that go. On your next inhale, reach up and come into a high boat. And bring it all the way down to the mat. Let's take 2 more. High boat. Low boat. And release. Last time. Lift up, high boat. Low boat. And release. Beautiful. Hug your knees to your chest. Rock and roll forward. Coming into downward dog. Check in with your downward dog. How's it feel? All right, step up to your hands. Come into mountain pose. This morning we're going to practice our eagle pose a little bit, and we're going to flow from eagle. So go ahead and reach up, taking a breath, moving into one side of your eagle pose, settling in, and then reaching up, flowing to that other side. Final one. Mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and meet back up on our bottom. If you've got your block, feel free to sit on your block. In easy seat. Whoops. Get comfortable in your seat. Check out your surroundings. Maybe grab a drink. And just come to a comfortable seated position, noticing your sits bones beneath your hips. And just tune in with me for a few moments. All right. Just double checking for the date. Today's date is July 22nd, and today's reading is called Take a Trip. That just got me really excited because I love to travel. I'm going to share this meditation with you now. It starts off like this. I met the 3 women at the Ojo Caliente Hot Springs in New Mexico. 2 were in their 50s, 1 was in her 60s. They splashed around in the mineral water in the ski pool. They looked happy, alive. We only live 2 hours away, but twice a year we come here together. It heals us, renews us, and sends us back to our lives changed.
Is there some place you'd like to travel to? Do you have time off from work? Time that you could use creatively? Do you have a long weekend coming up? How would you like to spend that? Vacations and trips are important. They give us a chance to get away, see someplace new, rest, and refresh our spirits. Trips often synchronize with growth and change in our lives. They celebrate what we've been through or what we're going through. A trip can correlate with a new leg on our journey in spiritual growth. Often, when we feel the urge to travel, it's connected to a deeper urge, the urge to go somewhere new on our path. Recognize the desire in your heart to travel and see new horizons. Then honor it, for it reveals your desire to touch new horizons in your life. Allow your shoulders to relax down your back and your hands to fall gently into your lap or on the tops of your knees. Allow the crown of your head to lift ever so slightly. And just come into your breath. Notice your inhale, followed by your exhale. Notice the lines in your face. Soften the lines in your face. Notice your thoughts. Can you come back to present moment? Allow yourself to go deeper into this meditation, noticing sounds, smells, sensations around. Maybe something comes up that isn't something that you wanted to think about. Maybe something that causes you pain. I want you to acknowledge that thought. Perhaps something comes up that gives you great joy, makes you feel excited. I want you to acknowledge that thought. Just continue to notice your breath. Continue to notice sensations, smells, sounds.
you find that you're leaning forward in your body, just take a moment to sit up a little taller, to press back into your hips. Stay the course. Gently flutter your eyes open. Check in with your surroundings. And come forward off the block. Stretch your legs out. Maybe take a couple of little seated tree poses. Bringing some movement back into your body, some gentle stretches back into your body. If you've got that block and you'd like to try on a couple other postures, I encourage you to work on fish pose. Bringing the block between your shoulder blades. We'll make our way onto our backs. Fish pose or not. Just gently make your way. Feel free to take any final stretches, any final twists. And then gently lifting your toes and fingers, releasing any energy that remains. Shake out your head and your neck. And then rest. Savasana, final rest. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale from the mouth. Allowing our bodies to become still, to become knowing that the work is go ahead and start to wiggle your toes and fingers. Bringing some movement back into the body. Rolling to your side. Taking a couple breaths here in gratitude for our yoga practice this morning. Press yourself to seated. And reach your hands up overhead, bringing the palms together and down at heart center. We're going to close with a final Om, a big breath in.
press your thumb knuckles to your forehead center. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Enlighten me honors enlightening you. Namaste.
Again, my name is Evie, and on behalf of the York County YMCA downtown branch, this was Power Yoga. We also had some meditation practice this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again. Just to let you know, I am teaching a gentle yoga class now at the downtown location, 10:15 on Tuesday mornings. Hope to see you there. Thank you.